Alright guys, what is up? Today I've got another daily upload. I've been keeping them real. I think this is day 8 or day 7, but today I'm talking about the cost of my Mazdaspeed 6. So a lot of you guys have been asking how much the car cost, how much my modifications cost, how much the insurance cost, the maintenance, everything. So I'm gonna lay it all out for you guys on how much it costs exactly to own this car or buy this car. So starting from the beginning, I bought this car for $9,000. I think it was $8,900 with a little bit of like sales tax or whatever. So I bought this car for $8,900 and that was about 3 years ago. So it definitely has dropped in price. Probably about $7,000 is what, $7,000 to $8,000 is what you'd want to pay for it now for a really clean one, of course. A little context, I live here in Utah, Salt Lake City, Utah. So that's what our prices are. They might be a little bit different depending on where you're at. But yeah, so I spent $8,900 on the car. Insurance right now is like $75 for no fault insurance, and that's because I had a ticket a while ago, probably about a year ago, and for us in the US, a ticket doesn't go off your record for like 2 years, I believe. So that's why it's a little bit high, but before it was $60 a month for no fault insurance, meaning that if I get in a crash, if it's my fault, then my car is just screwed, and if it's their fault, they fix my car, of course. So no fault insurance, that's why it's cheaper. $60 is normal for me, but right now it's at $75. And then gas is not too bad. Gas here is about $3 a gallon, and it fluctuates, of course, a lot, so sometimes it drops really low and gets up there, but the car does pretty good on gas. It gets about 19 in the city, sometimes about 20 and 21 depending on how I drive. And that's with the big turbo. The big turbo actually doesn't make the gas that much worse as long as you keep your foot out of it, of course. So it really hasn't been too bad, but yeah, I get about 19, 20 in the city, and then I get about 24, 25, 26, somewhere around there on the highway. So that's how much gas costs. Maintenance, there isn't really too much maintenance for the car. It's basically just oil changes and then a few other little things. So I would say it's not too expensive. Maybe just factor in the oil changes and stuff. The biggest expense though is the modifications that I've done. Let me pop my hood and show you the modifications I've done, and I'll explain how much they cost. Alright, so as you guys can see, I have this precision big turbo on a nice tubular manifold, and then I'm front mounted with a bunch of other supporting mods. So I'm not going to go through all of my modifications because I have a modifications list video coming up that I already have planned and ready to shoot. So keep your eye out for keep your eye out for that. But just to ballpark how much all of the modifications have cost so far, I would estimate about $5,000 for everything. That's minus the maintenance and stuff, but just the modifications, including like coilovers, the turbo, my flares, my wheels, my exhaust. So every modification, I would assume probably adds up to around $5,000, maybe $6,000. I definitely have put a lot of money into the car. Where I wasted a lot of money is very first starting out, I bought a lot of modifications that weren't really that good or that important. They were cheaper parts, and since I went big turbo, in the end, they kind of were just like me throwing money at the car and then selling the parts for less than what I bought them for. So I wasted a lot of money skimping out and doing just half modifications. So my recommendation for you guys, my advice for you guys, is just plan out what you want your car to end up like, and then just save for the actual save for where you want the car to be, and then just buy exactly what modifications you want. If I would have done it that way, I probably would have saved at least $1,000. I probably have wasted $1,000 on this car just from buying certain modifications and either not putting them on or putting them on and then selling them later on for a used price. So that's about how much my car has cost. $60 per month for insurance. Gas hasn't been too expensive. The car itself costs $8,900. registration and everything wasn't really too big. You just pay sales tax and all that bullshit, but it hasn't really been too expensive overall. Luckily, I have been fortunate enough to be rent-free, at least while I live at home. Right now I'm living at home just till college starts, so being rent-free, you don't have to pay, of course, anything, and you can just save money and, you know, pay for the little things like gas and insurance, and then pay for food and everything. So it definitely has been a really lucky turnout for me. But now that I'm heading to college soon at the end of this summer, I'm definitely gonna have to be making some more money and paying for everything, including the rent and my car. So it will get more expensive, but the car has been great overall. I hope you guys like this video, and I will catch you guys tomorrow.